Hello, hello, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. During the next hour, we will discuss everything that you need to know about Candida and its overgrowth and some natural ways to start healing your gut. I do want to say here that if you do have an overgrowth of Candida and you do have some of the symptoms that we are going to mention tonight, I do highly suggest that you reach out to a functional medicine doctor that can help you get the overgrowth under control because it is a little bit more um, in depth than just changing your diet or adding in a probiotic. But if you have gone through the process, and this is a way to maintain proper environment for not providing an environment that the candida can ever actually overgrow. If you don't have a functional medicine practitioner that you trust, I do highly suggest that you give us a call and set up a discovery session. You can book that at www.functionalmedicinekc.com. For those of you that don't know me, I am Tiffany Roberts. My husband and I own a functional medicine clinic in Prairie Village, Kansas. And we really do strive to try to make our community healthier, one person at a time, and hopefully reach those in the community to help make your life healthier and happier by doing different classes and education to help you along the process. So let's talk about what is Candida. Our bodies host a variety of organisms, including bacteria and fungus. Candida is a species of yeast and is normally found in small amounts in the mouth, digestive tract, or skin. When present in small amounts, the body can still thrive. However, in the right environment, yeast can multiply and grow out of control and lead to a condition called candiditis. According to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, there are over 20 species of Candida yeast that can cause infection in humans, and most common of which is Candida albicans. This is what we hear most about. The three types of candiditis include Candida infection of the mouth, throat, and esophagus, which is called thrush, vaginal candiditis, invasive candiditis, which occurs when Candida species enter the bloodstream and spread throughout the body. Common species of Candida include Candida albicans, Candida tropicalis, Candida glabrata, Candida parapsilosis, Candida krusei, and Candida luciana. Okay, those are big names. So Candida albicans is a species responsible for about 50% of all candiditis occurrences. It is the opportunistic in nature, meaning that yeast will seize the opportunity to overgrow and wreak havoc in various parts of your body. The environments which Candida albicans thrive include a compromised immune system, low counts of beneficial bacteria due to antibiotic use, high stress levels, excessive sugar intake, and hormonal imbalance. Untreated Candida albicans overgrowth can lead to systemic infection via your bloodstream, creating an environment for numerous diseases to occur. So common symptoms include fatigue, bloating, flatulence, anxiety, depression, vaginitis, itchy skin, impaired memory, poor concentration, and foggy brain. So Candida tropicalis is noted as the second most common species and is believed to be responsible for about 30% of the Candida bloodstream infections. Overgrowth of this species has also been linked with nervous system disorders resulting in depression, anxiety, headaches, and memory loss. Individuals most susceptible to overgrowth include people with diabetes mellitus, leukemias, and lymphomas. This type of overgrowth usually occurs in the gastrointestinal tract and on the skin. Common side effects include diarrhea, excessive gas, stomach cramps, skin irritations, including relentless itching or eczematous rashes, and even hives. This species of Candida is becoming more resilient to antifungal drugs, making it even more difficult to treat, which most of our diseases out there are starting to be. According to the National Institute of Health, mucosal and systemic infections caused by Candida glabrata have increased significantly due to growing use of immunosuppressive agents. This species is responsible for 10 to 30% of Candida infections and can cause oral thrush. Thrush can affect anyone. However, it is most frequent among babies, toddlers, older adults, and people with immune deficiencies. Left untreated, thrush can spread to other parts of the body, including the lungs and liver of those who have immunocompromised. Candida I had this down right. Papillosis, sorry, that's a big word, is involved in about 30% of Candida infections, including nail and tissue infections, as well as fungal blood infections. Symptoms are most common among immune-impaired people and include a severe flu-like symptom, chronic fatigue, and systemic infections. This species has high resistance to antimicrobial drugs and has even become a cause concern in the European hospitals. These species of yeast are more rare, with each only accounting for approximately 1% of candidiasis. Candida krusei is usually associated with infant diarrhea and sometimes systemic candiditis. Candida lusitania, it has been linked to several cases of candidemia, which is a blood infection, as well as systemic candiditis, including sepsis, and potentially serious kidney infection. So there are many reasons that yeast can grow out of control in the body. If you had a chance to watch the first video that we sent you, you already know that there's 3 major contributors: beer, sugar, and yes, sometimes kombucha tea. Other factors include taking antibiotics, eating a diet high in sugar and refined carbs, high alcohol intake, a weakened immune system, taking oral contraceptives, birth control, diabetes, and high stress levels. Gut health is a major influencer of various illnesses. So let's take a look at what it means to have a healthy gut microbiome. So around 100 trillion good bacteria live in our bodies, most of which can be found in our gut. In fact, our gut is swarming with all sorts of microbes and various bacteria. A healthy gut has a balance of good and bad bacteria. The good guys are beneficial bacteria that help to enhance health, like probiotics. It should also be noted that a healthy balance is considered to be a balance of 85% good to 15% bad. The beneficial bacteria is needed to help the body break down food to absorb nutrients. You don't really eat your food and then it's automatically absorbed. If you don't have the good bacteria to actually break it down to be absorbed in the body, you're not getting those nutrients from your food. So though when our gut is out of balance, the bad bacteria coming from various sources such as food, environmental toxins, and even stress takes advantage and multiply quickly, causing harm to our body. So there's common symptoms of Candida, and there are many signs that your body may be suffering from Candida, which include persistent, intense sugar cravings, cravings for processed carbs such as bread, pastas, and pastries. You have brain fog, anxiety or depression, mood swings or irritability, vaginal yeast infections, poor focus and concentration, developing new food sensitivities or intolerances, a white coat on your tongue, digestive issues, skin issues, itching ears, low libido, unexplained fatigue and exhaustion, skin and nail fungal infections, canker sores, flu-like symptoms. So worsening of the symptoms will happen in the cold and damp or humid environments, two conditions that encourage Candida to spread and grow, which can aggravate all of the existing symptoms. The following are conditions associated with Candida. Oral thrush. Yeast overgrowth in the mouth can cause white, bumpy lesions, redness, and pain in the mouth and throat. Severe cases can spread to the esophagus and cause pain or difficulty in swallowing. Having a weakened immune system is commonly associated with oral thrush. Tiredness and fatigue. These are among the most common symptoms for several reasons. Nutritional deficiencies such as B6, essential fatty acids, and magnesium usually accompany candiditis. Again, infections are common when the immune system is impaired. Reoccurring genital or urinary tract infections. While men can get yeast infections, it's much less common than estimated 87% of women who experience at least one vaginal yeast infection in their lifetime. Reoccurring infections can be a result of Candida overgrowth. Digestive issues. When the balance between good and bad bacteria is impaired, you can experience digestive issues, including constipation, diarrhea, nausea, gas, cramps, and bloating. Sinus infections. Long-lasting chronic sinus infections are believed to be caused by fungi. Antibiotics are commonly prescribed for sinus infections. However, they are ineffective if the cause isn't bacteria, and most of the time it's not. Skin and nail fungal infections. Skin is naturally covered in bacteria to prevent Candida from growing uncontrollably. However, many products that we put on our skin contain antibacterial ingredients, disrupting the natural bacteria of beneficial bacteria. Itching and visible rash are the two most common symptoms of skin fungal infections. Research has found that the overgrowth of Candida is associated with several diseases of the intestinal tract, including leaky gut syndrome, ulcerative colitis, and Crohn's disease, eczema, autism, and fibromyalgia, and cancer. Researchers have shown that for years now that bacterial and viral infections cause several types of cancer. Current research is examining the link between cancer and fungal overgrowth, and many believe there is a connection between cancer and Candida. Dr. Jonas Fibiger of Denmark proved the connection between cancer and fungal growth when he fed parasitic larvae carrying cockroaches to healthy rats in 1913. 1913. A comprehensive study published in 1950 by Lucanu Hospital Research Institute and the Institute of Cancer Research revealed findings of fungi present in virtually all cancerous tumors they examined. The coexistence of cancer and candidiasis has been well documented over the years. In fact, Dr. Tullio Simoncini, this is the author of Cancer is a Fungus, points out that the most basic level cancer and yeast fungus have very similar, if not identical, characteristics. Both cancer and candida feed on sugar. Both grow and reproduce only in anaerobic, which is low oxygen, environments, and both need an acidic environment to survive. When you probe cancer cells within the human body, they appear white in color and even in texture, just like yeast. Dr. Simoncini stated that Candida is found in about 97 to 98% of cases of cancerous tumors in humans. That's pretty big. Candida albicans in particular has a high affinity for glucose, meaning Candida organisms need sugar like glucose, fructose, and sucrose to provide them with energy to grow. Additionally, sugar enable the Candida yeast cells to switch to their more destructive fungal form. This results in faster growing Candida, leading to leaky gut syndrome. Some researchers firmly believe the rise in cancer rates over the last 80 years could be due to modern carbohydrate-rich diet. Processed white sugar, refined flour, high fructose corn syrup, and other foods with high glycemic counts feed yeast and fungus, causing it to grow rapidly. This leads to disruption in the normal, healthy balance of good and bad flora, lowering our immune response. As we've already illustrated, yeast overgrowth is linked to a poor immune function. When combined with increases in refined sugar consumption, it's no wonder that we are all so sick. In 2011, this study found that carbohydrates were indispensable both for cellular growth and for the transition into fungal form. Depriving Candida of its food source can slow its growth and prevent the transition from happening. This means reducing sugar intake can drastically improve overall gut health. Let's take a look at other methods in correcting Candida. Diet is a surefire way to improve conditions in the gut. Experts in digestive health, Lisa Richards and Dr. Eric Wood, authored the Ultimate Candida Diet Program, which provides a number of recommended foods to eat and avoid to help combat Candida. Foods to eat more of are non-starchy vegetables such as artichokes, broccoli, celery, eggplant, kale, onions, spinach, and zucchini. Low-sugar fruits such as avocados, lemons, limes, and olives. Non-glutinous grains such as buckwheat, millet, oat bran, quinoa, and teff. Healthy proteins such as eggs, herring, and salmon. And some dairy products such as kefir and yogurt. Low mold nuts and seeds such as almonds, flax seeds, and hazelnuts. Herbs and spices such as apple cider vinegar, basil, cloves, paprika, and rosemary. Healthy fats and oils such as flax oil, olive oil, sesame oil, and even avocado oil. And sweeteners like stevia and xylitol. Fermented foods such as kefir, olives, and sauerkraut. And drinks like chicory, coffee, or herbal teas. Foods that you want to avoid are the high sugar fruits such as bananas, dates, fruit juice, and grapes. Glutinous grains such as barley, rye, and wheat. And meats like pork or lunch meat. Fish like tuna or swordfish because they contain a lot of mercury. Some dairy products such as cheese or milk. Moldy nuts and seeds. Condiments with added sugars, refined and processed vegetable oils, sugars and sugar substitutes, caffeinated or sugary drinks, and alcoholic drinks. So there's many ways to get rid of Candida. The first and foremost way would be to meet with a functional medicine practitioner that can give you the herbs that you need to kill off the bad bacteria. But until then, you can do a Candida cleanse. You can do a liquid-only cleanse, which you can make a vegetable broth with organic onions, garlic, celery, kale, sea salt, and pure water. For 1 to 2 days, drink only the broth and lots of water throughout the day. This can be repeated every few weeks or as a jump start to the next option. Option 2 would be over a period of 3 to 5 days, eliminate all sugars, fruits, starches, and alcohol from your diet. You'll be eating mostly steamed vegetables and be drinking plenty of water. Avoid starchy vegetables, which can contain a lot of sugar levels and feed that Candida, such as carrots, radishes, beets, sweet potatoes, and white potatoes. Bitter greens topped with coconut oil and apple cider vinegar are also recommended. So antifungal drugs are commonly prescribed for Candida. However, many strains are known to be resistant to these drugs. Instead, natural supplements can help. Until you can meet with a functional medicine practitioner, these would be a good idea. Coconut oil contains lauric acid and caprylic acid and can effectively help to kill off the harmful Candida. Milk thistle provides a great cleanse to the liver from medications, environmental pollutions, and heavy metals. Vitamin C in its whole form will help the immune system boost. Clove oil, oregano oil, and myrrh oil are great options to help kill fungi, including Candida in the body. Additionally, lavender oil also inhibits the growth of Candida and is effective at preventing the spread of infection. Bentonite clay draws out the impurities from the body and is packed with minerals including calcium, magnesium, silica, sodium, copper, iron, and potassium. Probiotic supplements can reduce Candida growth and protect against infections. So choosing the right probiotic. Probiotics actually fight Candida by restoring the balance to the gut, inhibiting Candida growth, and helping maintain stomach acidity. Probiotic supplements come in different ranges of bacteria. The higher the number of different forms, the better. Soil-based probiotics generally have lower counts, but are more resilient and have better survival rate through the gut. Bacteria strains to look for are Lactobacillus acidophilus, Bifidobacteria bifidum. Both have been well researched and have shown to enhance the immune function and reduce the duration of Candida overgrowth. So there's 5 steps. Step 1 is to starve the yeast by cutting out the sugar and yeast containing foods. Step 2 is break down and kill the yeast overgrowth with natural oils mentioned, or see your functional medicine practitioner. Step 3 is repopulate good bacteria with probiotic supplements and probiotic foods, such as fermented foods. And these are great for repopulating the gut with good bacteria, such as kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, yogurt, and even coconut water. Step 4, help the body's natural detox defense with liver cleansing supplements such as milk thistle. And step 5, get plenty of sleep and avoid unnecessary stress. This may be a good time to try some stress reducing techniques such as deep breathing, exercises, yoga, or even meditation. So we've covered a ton of information today. A functional medicine professional can help you with every step of the way, from testing for Candida to treating symptoms and maintaining good health. As you may have guessed by now, functional medicine practitioners are trained in treating the whole person, not just the illness, and by creating a doctor-patient partnership, functional medicine will personalize a plan that's right for you. I wanted to thank you so much for coming out tonight. I hope that this was very educational for you and you learned some great things and tips to take home. If you need a healthcare practitioner that is trained in this, reach out to us at functionalmedicinekc.com and book your discovery session today. Do we have any questions tonight?